And oh my god, man, whoa, $150 as all analog, Behringer, pretty man, cheap acid, what? Real talk though, can Behringer's sub $150 acid synth offering deliver the goods? Find out on this episode of Synth Outside the Box. What's good, YouTube? I'm Dev, and welcome to Synth Outside the Box, the show where I look at less traditional, less used synthesizers and talk about whether they're useful for music production. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have a synthesizer you know that's sub $600 and amazing, let me know in the comments. Definitely want to check it out. So here we are. Yeah. I really feel like I'm resorting to a new low here by finally giving in and buying a Behringer product. I'm getting similar feels of morbid curiosity to the time I went to McDonald's to try the Travis Scott meal. Are you doing that Cactus Jack like the Travis Scott meal still or no?
No, the Travis Scott, is no more.
Okay, so what is on the J Balvin meal? But alas, here we are. I have purchased the Behringer TD-3 303 copy in an effort to see if I can deliver some acid bass lines. I have been making a lot of like house and techno lately, and to add some context, Behringer is a German company known for making cheap knockoffs of audiovisual gear. They've also done guitar pedals, guitar amps, all kinds of things, and their latest scheme, if you want to call it that, is that they are now making direct copies of synthesizer and electronic music hardware, including drum machines like the 808, 909, 606, and synthesizers like the 303. I have heard great things about these copies, but I've been avoiding them due to just my general synth philosophy. When it comes to purchasing synthesizers, I often want things that are a little bit more of a unique offering or not a one-to-one copy. But recently I got an acid addiction, so I am gonna check it out. So let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy and see what's inside. All right, so I'm gonna unbox this guy. This is cute. Comes with a little sticker, a smiley face. We hear you. I don't know if they do. I mean, it seems like they do because they started to make analog synths, and I've been asking for that for a long time. Standard little power supply. I don't know if it's a wart or not. We're about to find out. It is a wart, my least favorite type of power supply. That'll do nicely on my already stretched thin power strip. And finally, we have the actual synth. Let's take this guy out and see what's going on with this. Wow, that was way lighter than I thought it would be. Also, this is my first time unboxing something on camera, so please bear with me as I go through this process with all of you watching. This is fun. Here it is, the actual synth. It's a lot bigger than I expected and a lot lighter than I expected. It is super duper light, and I don't want to say cheap. Does not feel like it's a tour quality type thing, but let's hook it up, see how this bad boy sounds. I'm pretty excited. Here we go. I'm gonna get this hooked up and I'll be right back.
1 hour later.
All right, folks, so I read the manual and I've learned quite a bit for how to program this, and it's very unique. It's different than any other synthesizer I've ever seen. I'll be succinct about it. The way that you program the synth is you hit pitch mode, you program in your pitches. In this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly make an A minor bass line. Bear with me while I do this. Okay, I'm gonna move into time mode. I'm gonna program in the notes, so it's either note, rest, or sorry, note, slide, or rest. And let's just mostly do, I'm mostly just gonna do notes and slides. So here we go. This is the pattern I just programmed in by just punching a bunch of random stuff. I don't hate it. Over here we've got our filter controls, and this is kind of where I can... This is basically one thing that I've noticed is that if I don't have the resonance up all the way, I will not really be able to hear the growl. And this is kind of an unfortunate thing, just because, listen, here you go. I'm gonna turn off the distortion so you can hear it kind of raw. Now I'm hearing a little bit of that. That's really the sweet spot right there. Anything past that kind of sucks. It has an envelope, which I do have on. If I turn off the envelope, if I turn on the envelope, you get that kind of like plucky sound. I'm gonna turn on the distortion so you can hear what that sounds like. I'm gonna turn this all the way down. That's all the way down. It's pretty aggressive distortion. Little tone control, you can filter after the filter, which is kind of nice. Level control so you don't blow out your speakers. Pretty nice, actually. I mean, it sounds pretty good. Alright, that's enough of that. My final thoughts on the synth. I don't recommend it at all as a first synth. I think it would boggle the mind of a first synth owner, and they'd probably return it because it's super hard to program and there's no way to actually play the synth on the synth. You would need to hook up a MIDI keyboard and use this as a sound module, which I feel like for a first synth is a little esoteric. On top of that, I do think that if it was my third or fourth synth, I'd be pretty stoked. It's way different than any other synth I've ever played in that I literally have to program it before I can hear it. Sound-wise, I think it sounds very true to the 303 sound. The squelch, when you have the resonance all the way up, is beautiful. I do like that the distortion is built in. And I think that generally Behringer did a pretty excellent job of recreating something without it costing $1,500. For me as a synth owner, this is a great experience of getting to play with this, learn how it works without having to go to a vintage synth museum and play a 303. On top of that, the fact that they've made this in different colors is very cool. You can pick one to suit your taste all the way to yellow. Overall, I would say if you are a synthesizer person who's already played a couple polys, you have a monophonic synth and you want to add something that's really going to challenge your right brain hemisphere and make you think differently while making synth music, I think this synth is actually for you. The build quality is not tour grade, but I think for a studio experiment, you want to add an acid bass line to a track and you want to spend a day just messing around with acid bass lines, scratching your head as you read the manual and learning how to actually program in those things and understand why acid bass lines sound the way they do. It's a lot of randomness. This is a great one. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this trip, if you will. I was learning as I go, and it's been a while since I've done one of these, so thank you for your patience. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment below, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, this is Dev signing off, and have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever it is you're having, and I'll catch you next time. Sayonara.